Hello, good morning. Welcome to Growth and Grace. This morning, we're going to be talking about freaking comparison mode because we all get stuck in it sometimes. And I really want to showcase a new analogy that popped into my mind the other day, and wow, it really struck a chord with me. So I'm gonna keep looking down to make sure I don't step on cashmere. Um, so the analogy, we've all heard the analogy apples and oranges. Like, don't compare apples and oranges. You're not comparing the same things. It's not relevant. That doesn't matter. And while that's true, don't compare apples and oranges because they're not the same thing and you're not getting accurate data. The analogy that popped to mind is what I want to share with you this morning. Same thing. We've all heard it before when we see, and it's so prevalent now with everything being showcased on social media and magazine covers, and we're seeing the highlight reel of other people's lives, and we're not necessarily, although there are a select few who share vulnerably and transparently, and they really go into actual life and not just the highlight reel. But for the most part, we're just seeing people's highlight reel, and we're not seeing what's really going on behind the scenes. So here's the analogy. Are you ready? Now I'm ready. The analogy is, okay, consider that you're driving 50 miles an hour. It's like a decent speed. You're not moving, but you're not like going 70 or faster. So we can think, okay, cool, I'm going 50 miles an hour. I feel great. And then we can look at someone else and think, man, they look like they're going way faster. Like, what in the world? Why are they going so much faster than us? How can they be going so much faster? Come to find out, they're also going 50 miles an hour, but they're driving in a school zone. So they just look like they're driving really fast because they're going way faster than everyone else, and they're actually being reckless. 50 miles an hour in a school zone is reckless. Like, you will not get off easy if you get caught doing 50 in a school zone. So then you look around and you're thinking, okay, well, still, this person's going way faster than me. How are they going so much faster than me? Like, what is the deal? This isn't cool. Well, now, that comparison mode, we're in a 45 zone. So going 50 is like, cool, I'm actually doing even ahead of average, better than average. But we're looking over here at this person who's on the freeway, so they're able to go way faster than us because they're on the freeway. But we're not taking everything into context. So what happens is we might think, man, they're just doing so much better than me. They're so much further along than me. They've got all this life figured out, and I'm just stuck over here. And we start wallowing and like getting into this pity party thing. But really it's because we're not taking into context everything that's actually happened to allow them to be living the life that they're living. We don't know all of the things that they have walked through to get to where they are right now. So if you're just seeing the highlight reels, you're seeing people posting cute pictures of their family, you're seeing, you're seeing all these women posting pictures of their babies, and you so much want a baby, but you might not know all of the miscarriages that they had leading up to that pregnancy. You might not know everything that they've walked through to get there. So it doesn't work to compare because you're not actually comparing things that are the same. So you guys have heard me talk about this before in the realm of jealousy, of like how to flip that story so that you're not coming from a place of like, man, why does she get to have that and I don't get to have that? You're showing up and you're allowing yourself to recognize what you admire in the other person. Like, dang, I like her fierceness. I like what she's going for. I like what she's up to. I like seeing what she's created. I like that business model. I like the marriage that she has. I love how she's raising her kids. I love how she balances being a working mom and getting to raise kids. I love that she brought in help and she has a nanny to support her big dreams so that she can be with her kids and also be growing a business. Right? Like, there's so many different things that we can admire about other people, and we can turn it into, I wonder what she did to get there. We can shift it into a curiosity mode as opposed to, oh, how come she gets that and I don't? So when you're thinking again of the 50 mile an hour analogy, and thank you for going with me on that because this is my first time saying it out loud, and it might not have made total sense, but in my head what I'm thinking is, When you're driving 50 miles an hour in a school zone, that's reckless. Like, that's not safe. You drive 50 miles an hour in a 45, you're fine. Like, that's not really, it's not dangerous. It's not, being reckless at all. And you're keeping up with the flow of traffic. You do 50 on the freeway and you're a nuisance. Get out of the way. Like, get in your lane and get off the freeway. So it's not saying that 50 miles an hour is bad. It's simply saying using it in context. So don't look at other people and think, man, you should not be doing that. Because maybe where she's at, that's actually exactly what she should be doing. And notice when you talk about yourself too, like, man, I should already be there. But maybe you're working on learning how to use the gas pedal and you're working your way up there. You don't just start at 50 miles an hour. You got to pass through 10, 20, 30, 40 before you get there. You have to. It doesn't matter how quick, it doesn't matter how fast you're going. You have to work through all the slower speeds in order to get there. So just take that in mind as you're going through your day, as you're looking at other people's lives, as you're maybe scrolling on Facebook, which set a timer if you're doing that so you don't just keep scrolling, wasting time. But as you're looking at other people's lives from the outside, looking in, know that one, you're only getting a snippet of their life. This is not their everything. This is the snippet, and it's the chosen snippet that they chose to share. So it's filtered. Not to say it's not true, not to say that they aren't having a magnificent life or that they're not actually going through a hard time, but just know that it is a very, they're choosing what they're sharing with you. So you're not getting the full picture. And remember, you don't know everything that went into getting them where they are. Even if you know someone so well, even if you know their story, even if you know a lot of the different things they've gone through, you still don't know everything. You don't know, you might know the big highlights of someone's life, but there's still always going to be those quote unquote minor conversations that they had when they were 7 that actually really did something in their life. It really made an impact one way or the other, that it might not be a conscious thing for them right now to share that, but it still impacted them. So that is still a part of how they got to where they are now. And we might not ever know about that. So just go easy on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. When you're looking at your 50 miles an hour, it's in different context than someone else's 50 miles an hour. And recognize on that same note, if you're going 50 miles an hour in a school zone and you're being reckless and you're just living life crazy, trying to do everything all the time, and you're running out of energy because you're not supposed to be doing that, just take a minute to breathe. And it's okay to ease off the gas pedal for a minute. It's okay to put the brakes on for a minute if you need to get back down to a safe spot mentally, emotionally, physically. Take a minute, breathe through it, come back down, and know that the gas pedal is still there when you're ready and when you're out of the school zone. Because it's not going to do anyone any good if you get pulled over. That's not fun. But sometimes life does that to us to remind us, hey, whoa, hi, don't do that. That's not safe. It's not good for you. It's not healthy. You could hurt someone else. So I know that kind of got heavy a little bit, but I just want us to not be in comparison mode, and I want us to be living thriving lives, and that's going to look different for every person because we're all at different stages. We're all doing different things. We're all impacting the world in different ways. We're all at different spots in our business, different spots in relationships, so don't compare. And when you see someone that you admire and something that they have that you want, start learning from them. What did they do to get there? How did they get there? What kind of training did they go through? What sort of experiences did they put themselves in? What sort of opportunities did they take to be able to step into what they stepped into? It can be that simple. It takes the courage of asking, though. And it takes the boldness of saying, you know what, I actually do want that, and I want to go for it. And I'm going to do what it takes. With that, we're going to wrap today's Growth and Grace, and we'll see you next week. Every Thursday, 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern. We'll see you then. Bye for now.